Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The message came at 11:47 p.m. Hey, don't wait up for me tonight. The party's still going. It was from my wife, Emily. I stared at the text longer than I should have. Not because the message was strange. Emily worked in marketing, and late work events weren't unusual. But something about the wording bothered me. Don't wait up. Emily usually said things like, I'll be home soon, or I'll call you when I leave. This felt final. Still, I typed back. Want me to pick you up? 3 dots appeared. Then disappeared. 5 minutes later she replied. No, it's fine. I'll Uber. I put my phone down, but a quiet uneasiness stayed with me. For the last few months Emily had been different. Small things at first. She started taking her phone into the bathroom, turning the screen away when texting, working late more often. I told myself it was stress. Deadlines. Life. You don't jump straight to betrayal when you love someone. But that night I couldn't sleep. By 12:30 a.m., I was still staring at the ceiling. And that's when I made the decision. I grabbed my keys. The party was being held at a rented rooftop bar downtown for Emily's company anniversary. She'd mentioned it earlier that week. Music, drinks, coworkers celebrating another successful year. When I pulled into the parking lot, the place was still alive with noise. Music thumped through the walls. People laughed loudly near the entrance. I checked my phone again. No new messages from Emily. Part of me felt ridiculous, like a jealous teenager showing up uninvited. But another part of me just wanted to see her. Maybe surprise her. Maybe calm the stupid voice in my head. I stepped inside. The bar was crowded. Dim lighting, warm yellow bulbs. People leaning against tables with half-empty glasses in their hands. The smell of alcohol and perfume hung in the air. I scanned the room for Emily's dark hair. Nothing. I walked toward the balcony doors, thinking maybe she was outside. That's when someone grabbed my arm. Hey, you're Emily's husband, right? I turned. A guy stood there, mid-30s, button-up shirt, loosened tie. He looked uncomfortable, like someone about to deliver bad news. Yeah, I said slowly. Do I know you? He shook his head. No. I'm Jason. I work with Emily. Something in his expression made my stomach tighten. What is it? He glanced around before leaning closer. You shouldn't be here, he said quietly. My chest tightened. Why? Jason rubbed the back of his neck. Look, I debated saying anything. It's not really my place. Those words never lead anywhere good. Just tell me, I said. He exhaled. Emily didn't leave yet. She's upstairs. I frowned. Upstairs. There are private rooms up there. The music suddenly felt louder, heavier. And? I asked. Jason hesitated. Then he said the sentence that changed everything. She's not alone. For a moment I just stared at him. My brain refused to process the words. What do you mean? I asked. Jason looked genuinely uncomfortable. I've seen them together a few times after work events, he said quietly. Emily and Mark. One of the senior managers. The name hit me like a punch. Mark. I'd met him once at a company barbecue. Tall, confident, the kind of guy who shook your hand too firmly and called you buddy. Maybe you should go home, Jason said gently. I just thought you deserved to know. My heart was pounding now. 1,000 explanations tried to form in my head. Maybe they were just talking. Maybe Jason misunderstood. Maybe. But deep down, something colder whispered the truth. I walked toward the stairs. Jason called after me. Hey man. Maybe think about this first. I didn't stop. The hallway upstairs was quiet. Too quiet compared to the chaos downstairs. 3 closed doors. Soft light under one of them. I stood there for a long moment. My hand trembled as I knocked. For a second nothing happened. Then I heard movement. Whispers. The door opened halfway. And there was Emily. Her hair slightly messy. Her lipstick smudged. The moment she saw me, the color drained from her face. Daniel? I couldn't speak. Behind her, Mark stood near the couch, quickly buttoning his shirt. That was the moment something inside me broke. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just quietly, like glass cracking. Emily stepped into the hallway and shut the door behind her. I can explain, she said quickly. I laughed. Not because anything was funny. because the alternative was screaming. Explain what? I asked. That you told me to stay home while you. My voice failed. Emily's eyes filled with tears. It's not what it looks like. I looked at the closed door behind her. Then what is it? She didn't answer right away. And that silence told me everything. I didn't mean for this to happen, she whispered finally. That sentence. That weak, empty sentence. I felt years of memories twisting inside me. Our wedding day. Lazy Sundays. The way she used to fall asleep on my shoulder during movies. All of it suddenly felt questionable. How long? I asked. Emily wiped her eyes. A few months. The honesty almost hurt worse than a lie. A few months, I repeated quietly. I was going to tell you, she said. When? She didn't answer. Mark opened the door slightly then, like he suddenly remembered I existed. Look, man, he said awkwardly. Maybe we should all just calm down. I turned to him. There are moments when anger explodes. And moments when it disappears entirely. I felt nothing. Don't, I said quietly. He stepped back and shut the door again. Emily was crying now. I didn't plan this, she said. Things between us have felt distant for a while. I stared at her. So instead of talking to me, you found someone else? She shook her head helplessly. I was confused. I nodded slowly. It was strange. The pain was still there, sharp and deep, but beneath it was something else. Clarity. You should go back inside, I said. Emily blinked. What? I came to pick up my wife, I said. But I guess she's already gone. Her face crumpled. Daniel, please. But I was already walking toward the stairs. Downstairs, the music was still blasting. People were laughing, celebrating. Completely unaware that someone's life had just quietly fallen apart upstairs. Jason was still near the bar. When he saw my face, he understood immediately. I'm sorry, he said. I nodded. Me too. Outside, the night air felt cold against my skin. I sat in my car for a long time before starting the engine. And the strangest thought crossed my mind. The stranger who warned me didn't destroy my marriage. He just showed me the truth that had already broken it.